was one of those days, rare days in Parliament, viewers, where both sides do actually debate. Doesn't really happen quite often, as you know, because of so many adjournments, disruptions. But over the last 12 hours, viewers, we have seen some really intense debate. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi there walking into what could have easily passed for a gladiator's arena today, a day after Rahul Gandhi had raised temperatures in the House. Other Congress leaders were adding to the elevated temperatures by launching fiery attacks on the Prime Minister just before the Prime Minister entered, or as when he was actually entering. You had the usually combative Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary holding forth. But when the Prime Minister stood up to speak, it soon became clear that he wasn't going to fan the flames. In his usual calm but emphatic style, he used a combination of wry humor and evocative dialogues, sometimes filmy dialogues, to launch an 85-minute blitz at the opposition. The PM repeatedly drove home the point that he was no entitled neta that had been built up by an ecosystem of media types writing fawning headlines. But in fact, he had slogged on the streets for 50 years to earn the Bharosa, as he called it, the trust of the people. The Prime Minister also said that the alleged litany of daily lies, innuendo, abuse won't pierce, as he called it, the Suraksha Kavach of trust that the people had lent him. Viewers, let's listen in to some of the statements that Prime Minister Modi made today in trying to combat what he called was the negativity of the opposition. Listen in, viewers.
मोदी पे भरोसा अखबार की सुर्खियों से पैदा नहीं हुआ है। मोदी पे ये भरोसा टीवी पर चमकते चेहरों से नहीं हुआ है। जीवन खपा दिया है, पल पल खपा दी है, देश के लोगों के लिए खपा दी है, देश के उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए खपा दी है। क्या ये झूठे आरोप लगाने वालों पर मुफ्त राशन प्राप्त करने वाले मेरे देश के 80 करोड़ देशवासी क्या कभी उन पर भरोसा करेंगे क्या? गरीब से गरीब को भी जब राशन मिल जाता है, वो आपकी झूठी बातों पर, आपके गलत गलीच आरोपों पर कैसे भरोसा करेगा? कुछ लोग अपने लिए, अपने परिवार के लिए बहुत कुछ तबाह करने पर लगे हुए हैं, अपने लिए, अपने परिवार के लिए जी रहे हैं। मोदी तो 25 करोड़ देशवासियों के परिवार का सदस्य है। 140 करोड़ देशवासियों के आशीर्वाद, ये मेरा सबसे बड़ा सुरक्षा कवच है।
There you go, viewers. We're going to, of course, play out more excerpts, the best ones from his speech a little later on in the show. So be sure to sort of tune in and watch that. But let me tell you, many political observers are describing Modi's speech, viewers, as an informal report card of his last 8-9 years in office before the 2024 election, saying that the phrases that he has used, the colloquialisms that he's relied upon, and of course the general thrust of his speech is going to basically form the undercurrent of the speeches he is going to make on the stump in the months ahead. The opposition, however, viewers, was very quick to latch on to the fact that the Prime Minister did not in specific address any of the accusations that were leveled by Rahul Gandhi, the putative leader of the Congress party, at the Prime Minister and what he called was the alleged nexus, what Rahul Gandhi called was the alleged nexus between the Prime Minister and Gautam Adani, a nexus that had enriched Gautam Adani beyond his wildest dreams and reeked of a cronyism. This is what the opposition said, viewers. Listen in.
इंक्वायरी की बात नहीं हुई. अगर मित्र नहीं है तो ये कहते ठीक है मैं इंक्वायरी करा देता हूँ. इंक्वायरी की बात नहीं हुई. डिफेंस इंडस्ट्री है, वहां पे शेल कंपनीज हैं, बेनामी पैसा घूम रहा है, उसके बारे में प्रधानमंत्री ने कुछ नहीं कहा. तो मतलब क्लियर है कि प्रधानमंत्री उनकी रक्षा कर रहे हैं, उनको.
Prime Minister just indulged in a self-congratulatory speech and did not address the issues we have raised. It's very evident from his speech. He skirted around it and just indulged in self-congratulatory praise.
मैं सिर्फ ये कहूँगा, प्रधानमंत्री ने तो बहुत अच्छी भाषण दी थी, लेकिन जो भी प्रश्न पूछा गया था पार्लियामेंट के विपक्ष की तरफ से, कोई भी प्रश्न का जवाब नहीं दिया.
The elephant in the room was not addressed by the government. I think that says it all. I think it's very obvious that what is in the minds of the people and in the minds of every member of the House was not addressed.
The BJP, of course, believes that Rahul Gandhi or the other opposition leaders, their attack on the alleged nexus between Prime Minister Modi and Adani don't deserve a response, as they are first not supported by proof and second are barefaced lies. In fact, some of the comments, the remarks, the observations made by Rahul Gandhi were expunged from the record in the House after BJP MPs complained that Rahul Gandhi did not support any of his accusations with fact. Now, viewers, in fact, the BJP alluded also to an interview on Times Now that quoted the promoter of GVK denying Rahul Gandhi's main charge that the promoter of GVK was forced to sell his stake in the Mumbai airport to Adani at the behest of the Modi government. Here's the GVK promoter taking on Rahul Gandhi. Listen to Rahul Gandhi's charge and the GVK promoter's response.
India's most strategic, profitable airport, Mumbai airport, was taken away by GVK, hijacked by using the agencies. CBI, ED का प्रयोग कर GVK पर दबाव डालकर हिंदुस्तान की सरकार ने उस एयरपोर्ट को अदानी जी के हाथों में कर दिया.
So as far as GVK is concerned, there was absolutely no pressure on our side, either through Gautam Adani or any other agency, for us to sell the airport. We sold the airport due to our own commercial interests and on our own accord.
That was, of course, GVK Vice Chairman speaking to Times Now exclusively, viewers, clarifying that. Of course, that doesn't end that entire saga. That's also being looked into. But viewers, the Prime Minister believes, and he said so, that he has earned Bharat's Bharosa because he, over 8 crore beneficiaries, 33% of beneficiaries were minorities. Also, a large number of them are concentrated in the most electorally significant states in the Hindi belt. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, 11.78 crores total beneficiaries. So that's a wide cover, viewers. 37% from minority communities. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, 34.42 crore beneficiaries, 37% from minority communities. And once again, the spread is concentrated greatly also in the Hindi belt. The Prime Minister has declared that Bharat has trusted him, giving him an impregnable Suraksha Kavach or a security shield. But can that be borne out by facts? Well, let's show you how the footprint of the Bharatiya Janta Party has been expanding. And this is the 2014 map where the NDA had a presence across 11 states. And now let's put them all together if we can. That's 2014, viewers. Let's go on to the next 2016. The NDA grows to have a footprint in 13 states, so 2 more added to the kitty. And now, of course, it's 15 states. So from 11 to 15 states, the NDA, the saffron bands of the NDA spreading. That's really in one shot the expanding national footprint of the BJP, and it's come at the expense of not just the Congress but also of other parties. The Prime Minister, of course, also said that the opposition has been punished for the lies it has spewed on issues that they took to the public. Here are some of the instances when the opposition was overruled by courts or other autonomous institutions, leading the public to plausibly distance themselves from the government viewers. The Congress said on the Rafale that Chaukidar chor hai, chori for Ambani, that the Prime Minister pocketed 30,000 crores and gave it to Ambani. But of course, the Supreme Court said that no reason to doubt the decision-making process. There is no scam here, etc. The Congress on demonetization, demo was a fraud on the people, said the Congress, and it fought many elections on this. The 23 Supreme Court verdict, with one dissenting judgment, said reasonable nexus with the aim to end black money. So actually upheld this particular policy. Congress on EVMs, for example. EVM is the Modi voting machine. In 2019, the Supreme Court verdict put paid to this nonsense to seek 100% voter paper trail. Also, the Election Commission invited all the political parties to test the EVMs. Most of them didn't show up. Then there was the judge-lawyer murder or suggested murder. It wasn't really. The circumstances of death are suspicious. But the 2018 Supreme Court verdict said the death was natural, no merit for the SIT probe. Of course, this all was in connection with the Gujarat riot clean chits to Amit Shah. And sticking with the 2002 Gujarat riots, Maut ka Saudagar, several other jabs, accusations made against Modi over the years. But in 2022, the Supreme Court upheld the SIT's clean chit to the then Chief Minister Modi, absolving him of any links. Now, viewers, it's not as if this government has done only wonders. There have, of course, been issues, and let me just quickly run you through the problems that somehow haven't singed the Modi government, even though they did affect and dent the people. By the end of 2021, India had about 4.8 lakh deaths due to COVID. This particular number didn't haunt the Prime Minister at all in any which way. His electoral prospects, or his party's electoral prospects, to be more specific, in different other countries, it did have a significant impact, especially in the United States, on electoral outcomes. Those numbers there in those countries. In 2016-17, India's unemployment shot up from 2.2 to 6.1%, a 40-year high. This, remember, was after demonetization, but the NDA came back with even a bigger majority. We'll try and ask those questions. In 2017, the economic growth was 6.7%. In 2018, it was 6.45%. 2019, it fell to 3.74%. And this was before COVID crisis kicked in. So despite the economy shrinking, it didn't really affect the NDA's prospects. Now, why? Why is this the case? In May 2022, India's inflation hit a 8-year high of 7.79%, viewers. And also, let's not forget that the BJP had prematurely declared victory over COVID by the end of 2020 before the Delta wave, the second wave. So all of these factors have somehow not hurt Modi. And is it because the people still believe that head and shoulders above others, he's the best man for the job? And let's